guys, it's Lesley Tao here and welcome to my YouTube. Now today I'm going to talk about how I quit my job, and this is only part one. I'm going to talk about how property investing in particular allowed me to quit my corporate job. So if you are looking to quit your job, or if you have already, please follow this story and hopefully it'll inspire you guys and get you on the route to finding alternative sources of income, because that's what life's all about. If you want to have a bit more control over your life and have control over freedom as well. Yeah, so what would be great, guys, is if you smash the like button, because that really helps the YouTube algorithm. It also gives me a bit of confidence to keep going and making these videos, so that would be really cool. Now I'm going to start off with a quote. It's a little bit extreme. It's from Alibaba's founder Jack Ma. Okay, so you might agree with this and you might not. I do agree with this, by the way, but you might not, and that's fine. So this is what Jack Ma has said: if you put bananas and money in front of monkeys, they will choose bananas, because monkeys don't know that money can buy more bananas. In reality, if you offer job and business to people, they will choose the job, because most people do not know that business can bring more money than salaries. Profit is better than salaries, as salaries can make you a living, but profits can bring you infinite fortune. So that is a nice quote from Alibaba's Jack Ma. Now, I want to talk about job security versus corporate slave. That's what I've termed it. So when I transitioned from working full-time in law to business owner and property investor, my mindset shift was probably one of the biggest mental challenges I had to overcome. I was very comfortable in my job, guys. I worked for two high-profile partners of a magic circle firm, so top-tier law firm, who were based in Dubai, and they were both lovely people and at the top of their game. I was working with one of the best litigation teams in the region and some of the brightest legal talents. So we all are still friends, and I do miss them. So I was in a very comfortable environment, and above all, I had the security or tax-free salary every month. Now, I remember strutting around the posh and magnificent Dubai International Financial Centre, called the DIFC, in Dubai around 8 years ago on a coffee break. And I was in my corporate suit, a bit different now because I'm in like a comfy jumper all the time with leggings. But I was in my corporate suit and heels, carrying a latte and a notebook, pretending to be preoccupied. Now, I remember lots of handsome men marching by with their smart blue suits and crisp white shirts, matching brown leather shoes, slick back hair, and well-groomed beards, and they were probably like looking at their iPhone, fixated in some emails, looking quite important. Just think of a scene from Suits, because that's what it was like literally. And then obviously can't miss out the beautifully dressed ladies, okay, who were toddling around with immaculate makeup, perfectly manicured nails and pedicure feet squeezed into a pair of branded heels. Then it dawned on me, we were marching to the same beat. I know it's a bit harsh, but I'm calling it the beat of the corporate slaves. However, I was in that category too. So what do I mean by that? So corporate employees, generally speaking, are high academic achievers, or they might be top achievers through gaining a skill or experience that nobody has, okay? But generally speaking, yeah, so I'm just really putting corporate employees into a big sort of generalization basket here. They are A-grade students, generally at school, who's achieved well and done well at university, maybe gone on to do a master's or further education, and then went to join a top company with a great career plan, so with a salary and benefits package and a progression plan of how to be promoted and move up in the company. So everything is planned out, and you're trained to do well, to perform well in the company and climb the corporate ladder. And by the way, my husband currently is still in this category because he's a perfect corporate fit candidate and he enjoys it very much and he's very good at it. So one of the downsides, though, in my opinion, is that the more you climb the corporate ladder, the bigger your paycheck is, but that's a plus. However, there's more pressure on you to perform better, to perform higher, and then you have longer working hours and bigger responsibilities. And that's very normal with, I suppose, any company when you're working your way up. The sort of question I have for you, if you're sort of in this role or a similar role to this, is how much time do you actually spend away from your family and the people that matter, and how many weekends have you worked in a row, or how much overtime have you done? As a result, being able to make time for your hobbies, your passions, and how is your health and well-being on a physical and mental side. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, I've termed it golden shackles. Now, one partner I worked with described his job, so he was the top of his game, as golden shackles, and the golden hamster treadmill as relentless. Now, with this partner, I could see that he was pretty burnt out, but he had to keep on going because he was literally at the top of his career game. So everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people obviously wanted to be where he was. He was the head of a department, and he had a massive tax-free salary, which, you know, kept him there because he had a very comfortable lifestyle, could, you know, has plenty full of money to spend on his loved ones, etc. And we're talking about a roughly 100,000 dirham per month salaries here, which is approximately around $26,000 or £20,000 per month tax-free. That's quite a lot of money, guys, and it's I suppose difficult to say no to it, yeah? When you reach that sort of top director or partner level, the question is, how long can you hold that position before you're going to be told to step down and find a successor? There is only one top dog position, but how many younger talented people are coveting for your role, ready to pounce? Now, during a recession, which, as you know, comes around every 10 years or so, it's very normal for employees to lose their jobs, especially when a company is cutting costs, or more commonly referred to as getting rid of dead wood. Now, usually people with bigger salaries get laid off first, and that's something I witnessed personally during my first year in Dubai, because I arrived during the economic downturn in 2009, and literally in the law firm I was working for then, people and entire departments were getting laid off overnight, and then people who had debt and who are unable to pay those debts or find another job were literally fleeing Dubai. I saw like loads of abandoned cars gathering dust around the city and at airports, and that made the international news arena. I do remember driving down Sheikh Zayed Road. So I arrived in February 2009. By the time we got to Ramadan, and that was summertime, I think, because it changes every year, so probably around August, let's say August 2009, the streets were literally empty because loads of expats had left, but I suppose it's a bit quiet anyway because it's Ramadan. Now, my next thing I want to talk about is, what's your backup plan? Now, I agree with Robert Kiyosaki. So he's like, his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, is basically the Bible of, you know, property investing, or the start of it in terms of a beginner's book, yeah? I agree with Robert because he talks about a job being the most risky investment. And I think that completely boils down to two main factors. Number one, you're working hard for a salary to make someone else or a company wealthier. And number two, you're an employee, so you're never going to have a full control over your future at that company. You might be progressing very well, but at some point you'll have to say goodbye due to whatever reasons, okay? And if you don't have a backup plan, it means that your company has full control over your financial future, and you will always be dependent on a job as your only source of income. So I hope this resonates with you. Let me know whether it does. I personally decided to invest in property, and a result was able to replace my salary in 2013 with the net rental incomes generated from a few properties. It was, to be honest, a personal and lifestyle choice that I made, which saw me quit my legal job and legal career altogether. And I will divulge more in a next video of how I was able to make it happen. So I have a question for you, okay? How long would you be able to sustain yourself and your family should you lose your current job? Yes, you might try and get another job and live off your savings in the meantime if you have any, but what about if it took you another 2 years before you could land another decent paying role? Indeed, there are many people who just live from paycheck to paycheck every month. I think they call that the rat race, right? Would it mean that you would need to downsize your lifestyle? Do you have enough income to cover your monthly payments and still have money left over for treats and luxuries? All this to sort of work out these calculations, you need to do the following exercise, which is adding up what your current monthly expenses are. So this includes, number one, your rent or your mortgage. Number two, your household bills, such as your gas, your electricity, any government taxes. So in England, we have council tax, any water bills, AC bills, service charges bills, or Wi-Fi. I put under number three, service charges again, but that's only if it's applicable, and it's only applicable if you are a homeowner. Number four, your mobile phone bill. Number five, TV related subscriptions, could be Netflix, for example. Number six, transportation and travel, including petrol. Number seven, food and groceries. Number eight, credit card payments. Number nine, loan payments. Number 10, insurances, if this is applicable. Number 11, schooling fees, if this is applicable. Now do write down your monthly outgoing expenses number in the comments below, and keep that number in mind, because that's basically, if you're interested in loosely calling it, without being too cheesy, financial freedom, or finding another source of income, you should be looking to replace, finding another source of income that replaces this number that is not a job. So you have basically a backup plan. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, guys. This is, part one of how I quit my job in Dubai. And if you like it, please make sure you are subscribed and you're smashing that like button for me. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in part two of telling you guys how I did it, of how I quit my job. So see you very soon. Lots of love. Bye.